Anyone on a round-the-world trip is bound to go to the great cities. It's easy to see why. The excitement of life in places like New York and Berlin offers a magnetic pull, especially if you're young. Cities are where things change, where new ideas develop, where you discover who you are and what you want to be. But cities first started to emerge long before the arrival of the high-rise buildings and traffic jams that we associate with them today. From Mesopotamia in the 8th millennium BCE to Egypt a few millennia later. It was the ancient world which saw the growth of the first urban settlements, though they would have seemed more like towns to us. Even the great trading and cultural centre of Athens, which was at its most powerful in the 5th century BCE, only counted its population in the tens of thousands. In fact, it wasn't until Rome, in the 1st millennium CE, that over 1 million people lived in a city. In 12th century Italy and Germany, city-states began to develop. This was the time when cities were like separate countries. Over the next few hundred years, modern countries developed, and cities like Paris, London, and St. Petersburg grew in size and power. By the 19th century, London had become the world's biggest and most important city. Its growth was helped by the invention of the railway, which made it easier to transport building materials. The train, and later the car, also allowed people who could afford it the opportunity to live outside the city centres, which led to the creation of residential areas called suburbs. Over the last 100 years, cities have continued to grow as more and more people have moved to them in search of work. But our huge modern cities have many problems, from vast slum areas to high crime rates. Densely populated places like Delhi and Sao Paulo make great demands on their residents, who have to deal with the traffic and busy transport systems. So, what of the future? Will there be ever more urban sprawl, with cities growing in uncontrolled ways? Or will planners create more pedestrianised areas and green spaces? Who knows? We may simply be waiting for the cities of the future, the ones we will build on Mars.